You got the floor. You're running this meeting.
All right. Well, I guess we'll take roll call and get the meeting started.
We'll call the meeting to order. Jason, go ahead and call the meeting to order at a particular time, and we'll note that.
Okay, call the meeting to order, 11:05, Thursday, June 13th. And let's take roll call.
Decker?
Here.
Koslowitz?
Here.
Korth? Miller?
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum.
Hey, Jason.
Okay, so approval of the, yes, can you hear me?
I was just asking if you had a copy of the agenda, or if you need me to snap you a photo. Sorry.
I did. No, I got it, no worries.
Thank you.
Approval of the agenda. Anyone have anything that they want to add?
Nope, I would motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay. And approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
Change the date.
I didn't see any problems.
Yeah, has everyone reviewed them? Jason, did you get a chance to look through what we talked about? Because we didn't have you at that call.
I did.
Awesome, cool. Well,
Yeah, I did review everything. I'm good with it.
thanks, man.
Make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Okay. Great. Old business. Updates from VistaWorks. Lindsay, you got the floor.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen. So this is where I've been meeting with the start of the month. I'm going to look at some data. Tell me when you can see my screen.
Got it.
Can see it.
Okay. So I'm looking at May's data. This is your website data. We have started running ads, both on Google and on Meta, for running organic social media. So we have a lot of marketing strategies that are moving along and helping to garner traffic to the current website. This is month-to-month data. So if you recall that last month we saw a giant leap because we just started it. So we're going to start to probably settle down a little bit and look at month-to-month growth. As you can see, we do have growth across the board. You have your total number of website users are up, your page views are up, your engaged sessions. So this just tells me that the effort we're putting in to get people to the website is working. What makes me really happy too to know is that we're also in the middle of this website facelift that should be done by the end of this month. And once that's finished, I expect to see your engagement go up. We're not adding new content to the website, but it's getting redesigned so that it'll be easier to absorb, it's organized better, the flow from one page to the other makes more sense. So I'd like to imagine that folks are going to stay on it a little longer and take in more photos to improve that. One thing I really like to see, and I'm going to jump, if I jump to a tab, can you see it? I forget how that works in GoToMeeting.
I'm not sure what that.
Okay. I'm going to change my share settings. Hold on. See if I can share my whole. Share something else. There we go. Here we go. So when I look at all of your data, collectively, and I see where the traffic is coming from, One thing that I see is that your organic search traffic is up 42% month over month. I love this traffic. This is the traffic that you're not paying for. This is traffic that tells people are looking for Trinidad. They're in their search, in their browser, they get rid of Google, and they're saying, what is there to do with Trinidad? Visiting Trinidad, Colorado. And so what that tells me, the correlation that I've seen in my experience is that when we really make a concerted effort to increase our organic social media or brand awareness, people are seeing Trinidad as coming across them in various places, and then they're going to Google and they're looking for it. And so that's that leap that we see, a 42% increase in that type of traffic month to month. The other thing that tells me that these efforts are working is that your second most searched term in organic Google is things to do in Trinidad. So those are visitors. Those are people who want to come here and they want to see what they can do when they come to visit. It's not folks that are looking for it in a Google Maps search or looking for the government site because they have to pay a bill. Those are the exact types of users that we want to see. So that's really exciting all around. Your Facebook engagement is also up 174% month to month, and your Instagram engagement is up 552% month to month. So those organic engagements happen on the platform themselves. It's not people clicking to the website. So again, folks are engaging and seeing Trinidad on the organic social channels, and then they're going to Google and they're looking. It's capturing their imagination enough that they're going to Google and they're taking the next step to research it further. So really excited about that. Another avenue of traffic that we're running right now are your Google ads. Your click-through rate for your Google ads is really high, it's 15%. Benchmark for travel is 4.6%, so you're 4 times that amount. So we really love that. It was a request from the board to make sure that we're targeting Texas in these ads, so we made that update. And once we did that, we had 60% more clicks generated. So you're definitely getting a lot of traffic and interest from Texas. So I'm sure you all know that because you see the Texas plays driving around. But here's some confirmation that on our paid ads in Google that a large portion, or at least half of your total traffic and your ads are coming from Texas. And again, your click-through rate for both Texas and Colorado are higher than 18%. Oh, I switched to a different view, so you can't see that. I have to remember to manually switch my tab. Let me do that. Thanks for your patience.
Hey, Lindsay.
I'm usually on Zoom and it just switches automatically.
Lindsay, while we're on web stats, I was curious.
What's that?
What are you measuring for the event counts, like for conversions? Are those visitor guide downloads or?
Yeah. I have a slide that goes over that in just a moment, so that's in just
cool.
a second.
Sweet. Getting ahead of you.
It's okay. I remember you asked that about last time, so I came prepared. The only place that we see a little bit of dip in traffic is our meta ads, which are your Facebook and your Instagram ads, and people can click directly to the website from there, as opposed to the organic post. This is still, meta ads is still your second highest source of website traffic. So even if we see a little dip, I'm not really concerned because the overall ROI is stronger than anything else that we're doing if we're looking at website traffic. The only other source of traffic that gets more users is that organic traffic I just talked about. The reason that we're seeing a little dip, the ads are just, they've run their course, they've worn out their welcome. We have new ads scheduled to launch at the end of this week. We're going to launch an event carousel. And I'll show you a preview of that when I get back to the slide deck. And that will be a carousel where folks can kind of click through and see the upcoming events that are happening in the area. And then we have some static single image ads, which are what's actually performing the best right now on Instagram. So we're switching the strategy, moving back to those as well. So those will launch by tomorrow, I believe. So we should see it with fresh ads, something new for folks to look at. We should see the traffic increase again. But again, I'm not totally concerned. It's our second most valuable source of website traffic. It's doing great. So. And what I want to show you.
Might I ask you about ads real quick?
Yeah.
Would it be possible to get some kind of bike-related ad in one of these that's going towards like a bike audience? That's one of our bread and butter visitors. I think that would be beneficial.
Yeah, and we have the Gravel Guide. The Gravel Guide is a website page that we could use as a landing page. I know exactly what you're getting at, Jason, and I saw Juan's call out as well. And so, Lindsay, for reference, Juan, who does the Gravel Guides, he was pointing at Gunnison is running some ads that link to the landing page that is specifically around gravel riding. We basically have that ready to go. So we just would need to spin up an ad that points to the Gravel Guide page on the Visit Trinidad site.
Thank you.
I think I have to go back into my memory. I think one of the new ads is a biking ad, but I'm going to check in with Chris and make sure that we have one of those up and running for you.
Thank you so much.
We can do that. And he might have had his as mountain biking. We should make sure that's gravel cycling. Does that sound accurate?
I think
that would be ideal.
Yeah, both are good, but in terms of like pointing them somewhere for clicking through, we have the content for gravel right now, so that's probably the move.
No problem. And I want to show you one more report. Let me switch my tab here. So what I'm going to show you here is the report that comes from your organic social team. They'll show you the change in traffic on your organic Facebook and your organic Instagram posts. You'll see that your statistics are up across the board. So what I really like is that engagement rate. So that means that people are liking it, they're commenting on it, they're sharing it. Engagement is an all-encompassing term for any time someone interacts with the post. But it's fun, if I go down another page, it will show us the total engagements in the top 3 posts. So what I love is this one here, remind me, this was fishing focused, and it had multiple bodies of water.
Yes, it had Trinidad Lake State Park, Purgatory River, and Monument Lake, I think.
Yep, you got it. I'm looking at it now in a different tab.
Yeah.
So, this very seemingly simple post, it had 3 images, and it said, I'll just read it here. Just blocks from Main Street, there are perfect places for you to fish this summer, and they just described the 3 locations. And it got over 1,000 engagements. It's really quite a lot. I manage a lot of MO accounts, so I see social media data and all different destinations, and this is a big number, so that's awesome. And then even your secondary posts are still really big numbers. This is just as a single image of, oh wait, I think multiple images of art. I'm going to open it up. Forgive me for not remembering that post. But we put a list of the part 3. It was just 4 images of Central Park, with a description of what you can do there and what it's like, and you got over 550 engagements. So this is doing really, really well. I'm quite pleased. And then down to Instagram, if we scroll down here a little bit, Instagram is just about over the board. Net follower growth is down a little bit, but I still really like the increase in the engagements and the impressions. So people are seeing it. They're becoming more aware of Trinidad, that it exists as a place to come visit. So again, that's why we see that boost in organic search traffic. 67, 40, 37 for total engagements, not as high as Facebook, so that's where a lot of their audience is on Facebook. Still not bad for engagement on Instagram, so I'm still pretty happy about that. He was in England, too, by the way, which got me both off.
Yeah, plus I think there's still only like 150 followers on that page or something, so that should grow over time. Yeah, and if you remember, we had to start a brand new account last month. So, because we were totally locked out of the old one, we had tried everything to access the existing account so we could keep those followers. And we got to a point where like it could take us 6 months to figure this out, or we could just start a new one and we'll start from 0 but garner new followers. So that's probably why that number is smaller, but it will grow fast. Okay. So who was asking about the event landing page or the events? So I talked to my meta ad manager where we're marketing the events, and there won't be a way on the event slide to measure clicks from each little one. So what I did was looked at how many sessions each event landing page had on the website in May. So if you can see, can everyone still see the slide deck okay? Yeah, we're good.
So these were all the events. Okay, these were all the events that garnered traffic in May on the website. So one is, we're fleshing out the event calendar. I know that Marty's done it in the past, but now she has help. And there are a lot of events and it takes a lot of time. So we're getting all the events in the calendar. So that's step number 1. Those events are also on the CTO calendar, which is step number 2. If they are highlighted in red, they've been advertised on our organic social channels. Some haven't, just because they're scheduled for the future. Santa Fe, the Trinidad Art Fest now has its own meta ad. They submitted a form. They gave us a ton of information, and we wanted to reward them for that. And so we created a separate meta ad for them. So that is just running now. So this number of sessions, we'll see that greatly increase next month. So you can see that kind of the higher visited events were ones that were advertised on organic social. Now these may again be in the future, so they may not have garnered that traffic yet. Santa Fe Trailways was your most trafficked the event with the most traffic. What's the traffic? And I think we saw some anecdotal evidence. It seemed like the event was pretty well visited and it was successful. That's kind of the impression that I got after having some discussions about it. Yeah, Jason, does this answer? Does this help to answer your question?
Sorry, which question was that?
And then Joe, did this help answer your question about the events?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay, and then what we've also done is, for example, the Trinidad Kayak Company reached out, they knew I'd done a post about them, and so we followed up and said, yes, we did a post on Facebook, we did a post on Instagram, and we gave them the exact statistics for that post. We also, what was the other data that I gave them? Oh, they wanted some photographs. We had some photographs for them. But we, for any of these events, if it's on organic social, we can follow up and give them exact statistics on that post as well. So, see how many people saw it, see how many people engaged with it. So there's additional data that we can give anybody that, again, reaches out via form and like follows the rules, if you will. This is an example here of the carousel for a new ad that's going to go live on Friday. So this is not the event carousel. The event carousel is similar. This is the campaign carousel for Lazy Crazy Days of Summer. You can scroll through it, and there's some copy throughout that's like a call to action to come and engage with Trinidad and to experience all these things, and you can scroll through it. So this is something that's now approved and will go live at the end of the week. So that's kind of an example of some meta ad copy that we have going on. So anybody have any questions on data? I'm wrapping that up.
I do have one question, Lindsay. Could you go to that first slide that you showed us with the actual data in there?
Yeah. Sure. This slide is
yeah, the last one. Okay.
yeah.
The Google Analytics one.
Yeah. I'm clicking on it. It's just moving slowly.
Yeah. Well, my question was about visits. So from the Google Analytics data, what are we calling visits in here? Like, is this like unique page visits, actual unique traffic, or I guess how could you just classify what you call the unique?
Yeah, I'm going to have them just rewrite. Google Analytics on the analytics actually. Sorry, it's freezing up a little bit. So just wait.
Okay. Actually, I think it was called views down there, and I was just curious: is it view like a page view? Is it counting? You know, if they go to multiple page views, or are they like unique visits? Or I'm just trying to figure out exactly like how that's being. What we're putting that under views.
So on the actual Google Analytics platform, they use several different metrics to measure what you could call a visit. So there are users, so that's the number of people are coming to a web, let's say what we're monthly. Page views are, or views of the number of pages viewed totally. So we have 10,000 page views, we have 5,000 users, so we can make the assumption that everybody looked at 2 pages, right? The other metric that's used, and I don't have it on this report, is sessions. So sessions is each time the website is visited, but it doesn't count for the number of pages within that session. So what we have added to the report that we share with you are we use user data so we have to report a brand. If you are reading an article about traffic to a website, people tend to use user data. And did I answer your question? So
yeah, exactly. I guess if it's not too much trouble, could we add in just like unique users so we can just kind of get an idea of how many unique visits we're seeing, or just in there somewhere. Since views, I don't know. Yeah, that was what I thought. I work with Google Analytics a lot. Just so we can see unique people go into the site versus locals who keep going to the same pages, bounce around to events and that kind of stuff.
No problem.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Does anybody else have any other questions on the data? Okay, I'm going to keep them. And I'll just go over some of the items that Marty and I are currently working on. So, a lot of the tasks that were identified at the start of the year for us to work on with you in 2024 are either completed or they're in progress. So we're looking really good on completion of all the tasks, if you will. Just a couple of things. We have a new Lazy Crazy Days of Summer social media toolkit that goes out to local businesses. We're waiting on one link to be finished, and then it'll be ready to be distributed. This is part of the Destination Blueprint program that Marty did with the CTO and improving communication and relations with local businesses and really sharing with them the benefits of tourism, showing them how we can help them, or the department can help them with their business. To improve the collaborative process, if you will. So this is a deck that shows them how to engage with our social media, how we can help them, and how to share the summer campaign. So that's set and ready to go. The data update, I asked them to update the URLs with some tracking codes. We can track the number of people that are coming to the Trinidad website from the article. I grabbed this data on, Marty, we met yesterday, which was the 12th, so I grabbed this data on Tuesday, and at that time, we had started coming users from the article. Marty's been working with the CTO and through this Destination Blueprint program, and the service that they provided is this kind of Google Maps aggregate of all businesses in Las Almas County and attractions. Anything that has a Google Map listing. And this is available if anybody wants to explore it. I'm not going to open it because it's a massive amount of data. But it's a full list of everything in Trinidad that has a Google Map listing. It's all encompassing. So for the purposes of I want to build a new website and promote business. It's more data than we use, but it's interesting. It's fun to go through. It's cool to look at if anybody wants that. Fox 21 here, and they shot their summer getaway videos. This link that I had used to have all the videos on it, and then put on it yesterday, and the videos were off it. So we're going to hunt those down so we can repurpose them. But there were more than 4 or 5 videos that they shot in Trinidad that they shared on their channel. So that's fantastic. We love that. And again, that could have increased your brand awareness and increased networking and search traffic that we saw jump so much tonight. We're working through the new website design. Again, we're not writing new content. This is just a facelift of the current. It's looking great so far. Our designer is sending out things as she's completing them. So yeah, so all of that is great. We're in touch with Jeff. He's going to start doing his summer video shoot. We're going to get a promotional video from it, some shorter videos, and some B-roll. He was great. I think somebody in this group recommended him and got him on board, and he's like, he wants to shoot everything. It's awesome, and he's even throwing out new ideas. So while it's going to be great to have a promotional video, we'll write some voiceover script for that. More importantly, we'll get B-roll, and we can reuse that B-roll in all different mediums, so that's really fantastic. We're getting submissions for the photo contest, so we're engaging folks there. We've also dived into what we call our asset discovery project, and this was part of your contract. When we proposed our services to you, we included this in the contractual cost. This is our aggregation of everything that there is to see and do in Trinidad, largely in prep for brand new website design. So we can identify everything that we want to promote and write copy for. We have my content manager now going through every single brochure that exists in the city of Trinidad right now. And he'll also use the current website and any additional online resources and create this big spreadsheet of anywhere we would send people with business information, location information, social media links, and then resources for that information. So when we go into the writing of the content, our writers or copywriters know where to source the information. One of the reasons I want to get this done is if we apply to the CTO grant for to redesign the website, we can show them that we've taken this massive first step. It's not a small project, and it's usually considered part of a website build. Is outlining everything that's going to be written about and promoted, included on the website. And we can go into that project and say, we've already done this, so we're a step in, and we're very prepared to do this website project. So Jim's working on that. He has the end of August is a deadline, so we have it in hand from the advisement. We're looking at bringing some new photographers down again to get more media assets. We're just about done for presentation. It's just getting designed right now, and that's the community piece. Shows locals the benefits of tourism, how it's helping them, save money annually in like powerful tax, and the ROI that it brings to the community. And it's a great presentation for when you want to champion tourism in the community. So yes, and these are kind of the last pieces of what we had outlined for the year. We're just either wrapping things up or starting these last months. We're on schedule. Knocking a lot out. It's great. It's been smooth and organized, and I've been really pleased with the progression of things. And that's it for today. Does anybody have any additional questions?
Lindsay, I have one. While we're going through and updating the website right now, we don't have much information about Fisher's Peak State Park on there. Is there any way that we could get a unique page for that, or maybe outline some more information, or hikes, or how to get there? It's pretty outdated what's on there. I think it was before the park was even open the last time. It might have been updated, but there's just not a whole lot, and I think that's one of our biggest draws. So I think it would be great to just have it highlighted a little bit better, get some better pictures, and that kind of stuff.
The current plan is just to do a facelift. We can add a copy if somebody is willing to provide a copy to me.
I can do it.
It does take time to get do the research, gather the photos. If you can send that my way, we can have it as a page version.
Yeah, I have tools I can use to give you a big old beefy SEO friendly article.
Anything else? Is there anything else on your marketing? Oh.
No, I just said all good.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna bounce. Again, if there's any questions before we meet again, feel free to reach out. or let Marty know, she reach out to me too. So Marty, such often. So.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Moving on to review destination blueprint template.
Actually, Lindsay, if we could go back to that slide deck, I think the template that we're sharing with, that we could share with the board that Beth gave us is in that slide deck. Are you still there?
She's there.
I think she's
frozen.
Just lagging.
Shoot. Okay. That's where that slide deck is.
I have the deck open.
Okay.
I don't see that though.
Should be.
I mean, it could be from previous meeting.
I know. Let's see. Can I hop over?
We got reports, and then
Go back in progress. So, destination. Let's see.
yeah, there's no link though.
Oh, no link. Toolkit for businesses up at the top.
Yeah, that's Lazy Crazy Days.
Right. So that's what we're sharing. That's the social media toolkit for tourism businesses and organizations.
Is that the same thing as this destination?
As the destination blueprint template. That's the template.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if you could share your screen. Let me see if I can get you to share.
Is that your computer?
Yeah.
I can just email this link to you really quick. This is good because I wanted to discuss this anyway in relation to agenda and content for a business partner meeting, which is supposed to be in lieu of our next.
You can't email it to me. I have not connected to Microsoft, the Microsoft program yet on my computer.
I'll join the call and share it.
All right, let me get you back up. Yeah, see, it won't let me. They've got this new Microsoft Authenticator app, and this computer is not hooked up to it.
The Authenticator app is on your phone, and that's how you log in, just for future reference.
Okay. All right, where did we go? How did I lose GoToMeeting?
Okay. Jason, can you still hear us? No.
No.
Why is it doing that?
Why is it doing this?
Are you muted on your computer? I'm not on
Okay, I think we're good now. All right, Jason, I assume you can see this presentation. This is also linked from... Cool. This is also linked in the review deck, so folks can spin through it. So we're talking about, for our next meeting, trying to get businesses in the room. We're going to have to do some outreach if we want that to happen. I think that rolling out this deck is a really easy first thing that we can do. So we can talk a bit about I'm getting ahead in our agenda, but it's related. So we could talk a bit about what we've been doing, what Destination IQ is doing, the generally really good stats we're seeing digitally, and the growth there. And then we can jump into this as, okay, here's this campaign that's upcoming. So we can run through, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know if there's anything we really need to discuss here. I would be comfortable being the presenter on this and walking through it. All really clear, I think. And then we can answer any questions that people might have. But it's only 2 weeks away. Marty, do you have a list of like business emails that we could use for outreach?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Would you be the one to go ahead then and just send out and say, hey, please join us. We want to talk about what we're doing to grow tourism and engage the local business community on that.
An invitation to everybody. I have the stakeholder list. I have those that attended the Blueprint meeting. So all of those that engaged initially and those that were invited initially, so we can maybe get them back on board. So it'll go to them. Somebody wants to draft this invitation and let them know, just write it up and I'll send the email out. Get that going. And then I'd also like to print that. So it's available online on the website, but I'd also like to print it so we can hand it out. Not everybody gets online, and we all know that. So we'll have it in 2 different formats, online and, digitally and in print.
So are these items you can't, I don't know if you can see my screen over there right now, but...
I can't, I don't know what happened to it.
So there is this campaign messaging. It looks like these are all links. Is that a landing page?
It is.
Then?
It
okay,
is.
Cool. So yeah, we'll want to have that link in hand as well. Anything else that we need to talk about in terms of the template? So I guess, so is this presentation deck, this is based on something Destination Blueprint provided? That's why
yes.
It's a template? Okay.
Yep.
So we can then replicate this on future campaigns. That's the idea. Okay, cool. Well, I don't really have anything else on this in that case. They have some example posts.
Don't know what happened here.
Was it you?
Okay, so there's obviously something wacky here.
I guess we could go on to do our business partners and just also cover to go more into that.
Yes.
So it's 27 at our time, or is it dinner time?
Where's it feeding back to?
Yeah, we were. Hang on a second, Jason.
Okay, try it now.
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we were targeting the 27th during our normal time, and I think the plan was moving forward. Now that we have a little bit less on our plate, there should be less events coming to us. Destination IQ is up and churning. That we can spend that second meeting on outreach, so business and community. Or maybe even half the meeting once we meet a couple times with other stakeholders.
I just want to interject. I thought we said we were going to do it in the evening time.
So
that they could come.
Not everybody's working.
Yeah, this is a tough time. Yeah, evening would be better. You're right.
We were talking maybe 6 to 8.
Yeah, we have on the minutes. It's June 27th meeting, first business meeting, 6 to 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That is a problem for me. I have another event at that time.
We could, since it's in the evening, we could do it a different day of the week. It doesn't have to be a Thursday. If everybody else is available. So weekday evenings are...
I might be able to come to an hour. If we kept that date, it might be hard to change it at this point, but I could probably come for the first hour.
That would probably be sufficient for
honestly, that's probably when we're going to do most of the talking. And the second hour is, I'm supposing, when we're going to have some feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be lucky.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair assumption.
Perfect. Well, I have to go to that one.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Gotta do it. Yeah, I think that sounds good then. So we can stick to the plan. You guys available that time?
Yeah, I won't do anything but this. And
Do we need a different location? I mean, we might have 20 people in here.
We can use the flex space, so right into there.
Okay.
Yeah, we can just set up chairs like we did for the blueprint presentation.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just use that area there.
Nice.
That's the 27th.
27th, 16th.
Let me make sure there's nothing going on in there real quick.
Because Native Roots made me go around to businesses this week, and I was at the end of my spiel for them. I was like, and on another note, we might be having this meeting, so come and see us. I've been kind of getting the word out. Told them to keep an eye on their emails if they're on your email list.
I have a pickup rehearsal that night, but I can probably get out of it just because I have such a small little part. So that's good for me.
The only thing I would throw in is, do we want to either start a little earlier or have people come a little later so we can run through normal business fast, like a 30-minute chunk where because I know Lindsay mentioned this meeting she'll talk about mostly stats, next meeting she'll talk about other stuff. So we might have some updates from DIQ. We also might have some minor business of our own. So like, do we want to have businesses come in at 6:30 or do we want to start at 5:30?
Yeah.
There is nothing else going on that day.
Yeah, 5:30 works, so we can come in and invite them to be here at 6.
5:30 is good.
Okay.
Does that help you any, Jason?
For the meeting was.
That could be a little tricky for me, but I'll figure something out, or I'll call in for the beginning and then roll over here.
You're presenting, you have to be here.
I'll be here at 6.
Okay.
But we close at 6, and Dave takes our group ride out on Thursdays. So, okay, cool. I think that's all for the Destination Blueprint template.
All right. Next on the agenda, recreational facilities and programming. Next step / council presentation. Who is that one?
Yeah, I guess we've covered agenda and content for the business.
If I can get to pause just to make some notes. So on the actual business meeting, the most of it will be the Lazy Crazy Days of Summer campaign.
Yeah, and then just a general update on what we've been working on with VistaWorks or Destination IQ. Anything else we've been supporting?
Quick question. Should we, if we're going to do like an update from VistaWorks, should we have Lindsay do that for the group?
No, but safer hours. I think we can do it just fine based on the update.
Yeah, if you just look at the slide deck, it has everything there.
Jason and I can speak to all that information.
Do you want to put something together?
Yeah.
Or do you want to just...
Yeah, I'll probably basically just use her review deck and pull.
And what do we want to call this section of the meeting? Data review?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can have just like
Marketing updates.
Yeah, marketing updates.
There we go.
Marketing and advertising updates.
Anything else that we want to talk about with them?
I mean, I think we could discuss kind of, well, it's business focused. I'm thinking about like all the event stuff we've been doing now. It's like we could do a quick roll up on like funds distributed or who's come to us for support. Anything else like Santa Fe Trail Days, I assume most of that money was lodging. So we could just kind of say, like, here's some of the other great stuff going on that has been touched by the board.
Festival funding update.
Yep. Funding requests. Not all of them were festivals.
And that also, we could also then kind of reinforce, because businesses are involved in a lot of these events sometimes. So we could reinforce the process too, to say, like, you're applying for this, or if you know anybody, here's what you need to do. If you fill out this form, you'll get more support on the website and on social media, blah, blah, blah.
So funds distributed. And process review. Now, I assume we're going to open it up to them. Is there anything we want to put in place before we do that, as far as like rules, regulations, requests?
2 words, just be nice.
Yeah, I think it's fine to have an open floor as long as, and we can just moderate as needed. I mean, we'll call on people for questions. And if they're like just rambling, we can just say, hey, get to the freaking point. Like, I'm totally fine shutting somebody. It's, yeah.
So one thing that we do in corporate meetings, like when they get a group of us together, is at the beginning of the meeting, we kind of set expectations for the meeting, and it's like a group effort. Is that something that we would be interested in? Like, for example, so we're going to say, okay, we're going to get up and we're going to set like our rules, our expectations for this meeting. And one of the very popular things that comes up every time is be respectful, or have an open mind, or like you let the audience set the rules and then they have more buy-in, I think is the thought behind that. But I don't know if that's something.
I think if you format your questions to them rather than have them ramble their questions to you, have some certain topics set, like these are the things that we want to discuss. Do you have any questions? Do you have any suggestions? Sometimes that keeps it from people running amok. They have to stay on topic.
No matter what we do, we're going to have people that come in and they want to talk. They're going to want to talk about potholes. This board has nothing to do with that. Potholes.
Yeah.
So if we have to shut something like that down, could we like say, okay, we're not the ones, but here's where you can go with that? I don't have all those referrals, but you'll know.
I wouldn't even touch it with a 10-foot pole. I would say that is not applicable to this meeting.
Yeah.
Let's stay on topic and end it there. Yeah.
Yeah, just say we'll only accept tourism-related questions. That's what we are. We're a volunteer board.
The problem is they don't understand. Like in my journey this week to speak with business owners and managers, I don't think they get the purview of what we are exactly. They just know we have money and they feel like we should spend it to do certain things.
Oh, of course.
And, some of those things are things that have nothing to do with us, like the potholes. But so we probably should be
expecting. That's a good point. Maybe we briefly bring that up, that this is what this board does.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to.
This lodging tax to be spent in these places, and this is all that we can discuss because that's all we do.
We should also put that in the invitation to make it very clear what this meeting is for and what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So somebody draw that up, and I'll distribute it.
I can take that out. I'll
Yeah.
try and get it to you tomorrow.
Okay.
I just want us to be very prepared when inviting the public in.
We know what's coming.
I really don't think it's going to get that bad or that big.
Well, I don't think it'll be that bad, but you never know who's going to show up.
Yeah, just be prepared.
And It only takes one person. So I just want to.
And Jason's splitting on us, so he didn't have to mess with it.
Anything else on the agenda for that? I feel like that's pretty good. We don't need to get too far into the weeds on content. I don't know how we want to approach that. Like I said, I'll draft the invitation copy. Jason, I don't know if you and I want to tag team a presentation deck. We can pull most of it from the DIQ stuff.
Sure.
So, like, maybe we just need to add a quick slide on that. Maybe we can just like reference some of our old minutes to find some of the other info on funding or whatever.
Yeah, I can help you out with that. We just want to like put something in Google Slides, and we both have access to it. And
yeah,
divide and conquer.
That sounds good.
Cool. If we feel good there, then the next on the agenda is recreational facilities and programming. Next step / council presentation.
Give me 1 sec to catch up on notes. If anyone has Steve's email to us, that's relevant for this, because I think he suggested a couple dates in there. We also probably want to get with at least one other board, like Parks and Rec, maybe another one. He had suggested co-presenting, or at least having some of their membership there when we go to council. But the idea is the high priority projects we identified to head to council and just go ahead and formally suggest them in order to get the ball rolling on it. So we would need to have, really just some bullet points on why we think they're important, or maybe some estimated costs or suggested spend for each of them. I don't know if we really need a presentation for it per se, especially because we do already have the backing of Parks and Rec board on those items. And I forget, he had like a work session that he recommended.
June 24th, I have it at 3 p.m. He said he would propose a discussion including members of CTLTAB and the Parks and Rec Advisory Board at the second work session in June on the 24th. And this is stuff that you and the board have already discussed, right? Like you had a couple of projects that you...
Yeah, we have all come to a consensus on the items to bring to them.
Do you have a contact that you could pull in to get a presentation from them?
Parks and Rec?
Mm-hmm. So we can go up together as two boards?
Not anymore, because I think Jen is off that board now. And I don't know who is the chair currently. I'm sure we can find out. So I can do some outreach and see.
Figure out when their next meeting is. Show up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we could do this off the books whenever, because I just need to meet with them and get on the same page for the council presentation. 24th. When was that in?
That's not next week, the next.
Yeah, like what time?
Oh, 3 p.m. is when we do the work session.
God. I need to be independently wealthy, guys.
Exactly.
That would help.
I mean, I can make it happen. It's really not great, but
I'm just gonna give you a heads up. Even if you are on the agenda, you may not be at 3 p.m. and that's usually a 2-hour meeting.
yeah. I mean, if they can have at least whoever else is presenting first, that would be ideal.
And then if you want to be on that agenda, I would reach out to Desiree.
Okay, does anybody else?
Hi, this is Karen.
Hey, Karen.
Hi
I'm
there.
looking at the park and rec. Hi, how's everybody?
Good, good.
Okay, thanks.
Good. So I'm looking at the website and it shows Parks and Rec Advisory Committee, but nobody is defined as the chairman. So I would maybe go to this app recently for that. Whoever desired, sure it's Jared Chatterton.
Yes.
Just a FYI.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll send Jared a note and see if he can ID like a point person for us to reach out to.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty sweet.
Anything else on that?
No, I think it's good.
All right, moving on. Miscellaneous from board members. I've got a couple of updates.
Go ahead.
A couple of good things. I just saw that Trinidad had a really nice mention in 5280 magazine. It's one of the largest Colorado publications. Trinidad got a mention. The Well got a mention. That was cool. I have been working with a reporter there. I made a contact with that magazine, and I've been plugging up information about Trinidad, and took it upon themselves to write this. And then there's another magazine, another article coming out, supposed to be this week, about new hotel openings that we're going to be in as well. So Trinidad's definitely on their radar. The article was really positive, believe it or not. And yeah, I tagged the Trinidad tourism board in it, so maybe you can get a share on there. Nice article about Trinidad for once. So
can we get that in front of DIQ for organic social?
Yeah, there's a blog page where they're putting all the publications that have mention for Trinidad. So why don't you share those links with Lindsay, Jason, please?
okay, awesome, will do. Second thing is I am working on creating a festival for October, Oktoberfest. We had a small one last year, it was successful, we would like to grow it. Probably like a music festival in the street type of thing, small, probably on the east end of Main Street. Bunch of bands, looking to get, talking to some corporate sponsors up here and some of the big German beer breweries, and yeah, just wanted to see, before I get anything started, if I had board support on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Super fun.
Send me that sponsorship package.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be helpful. I'm trying to get Frost as the main sponsor. He's probably the biggest German brewer in Colorado. Talking to them tomorrow, and yeah, I should have a better idea then. But yeah, I would be putting in an application as well for some funding from this board. Obviously, I've recused myself, but just a heads up when it's coming. I'm looking at the 2 dates that I wanted, or one would be the Rat Fest weekend. Probably not happen, and then the next weekend is Levita has theirs, and it's a better weekend overall. It's the first weekend in October, but I don't want to have one at the same time as them, although I did last year, so October 14th probably, but the later in the year it gets, weather concerns are greater, so I don't have it ironed yet, but it's probably the 7th or 14th.
You know, in Germany, the Oktoberfest is in September anyway.
Yeah, I could do it the week before that would be September 21st. So that's possible. It feels a bit early, but I haven't ruled that out either. Yeah, I haven't looked at what else is going on that weekend, but it is a potential option as well. So just throwing it out there. Yeah, I've already spoke with JC about it. He's super interested in getting that going, and I think JC mentioned that Steve wanted to do a couple more things using our stage before the end of the year, so yeah, just kind of let you know the wheels are in motion for that, and I'll have probably something in front of you in the next month.
Do you need me to send you an event application then, Jason, so we can get that going too?
Absolutely. I will do that as soon as, after my conversation tomorrow, so I'll get that rolling. Submissions and all that kind of good stuff. So
Okay.
Awesome. Does anyone else have any updates from the board?
I'll just mention that I was at the work session for City Council the other day. They were interviewing several people for different boards, and Ashley was there, and they all addressed her, and they were very complimentary of the board and what she's doing. So we're moving in the right direction, and I'm pretty much assuming that their recommendation will come at the next council meeting. But they were all very positive. It was a good meeting. We were first. We got the leaves. So.
Yeah.
Just a quick update on the Santa Fe Trail Festival. Feedback has been good. Sales were good for our vendors. We had an estimated count of about 2,700 attendees, so that was pretty awesome. We had our review yesterday to figure out, what we did right, what we did wrong, what we could do better for next year. Came up with a lot of good ideas, but it's slated for next year again, and we're getting ready to roll on that one.
Seemed like people were happy it was downtown again.
Mm-hmm.
I wandered through a couple times, and everyone seemed to be having a good time. So well done.
Yeah, we're real happy with it.
Marty, how did you get the 2,700 number?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. That number was thrown out by Steve. Next year we're
banning. We do have AlphaMap. I think that would be really helpful to start looking at data for festivals, especially for reoccurring things, and that might be able to help us with our costing.
Yeah, absolutely. Next year we're going to band everybody. There still won't be a fee to enter, but we have the checkpoints that seem to work real good. We did bag checks, things like that. So we will band everybody this time, check IDs ahead of time, so we can have better flow for the alcohol vendors, and that'll give us a pretty good count of attendees next year as well.
Excellent.
Can we do a wagon train down Main Street?
Yeah. A lot of good ideas for next year.
Everybody was like, they used to drive bulls down Main Street.
We had a cattle drive.
Yeah,
had a cattle drive went right down Main Street when I worked. We had longhorns, absolutely. I've got pictures of them. When I worked at the Chamber of Commerce, we had a cattle drive with longhorns right down Main Street.
Yeah, I heard that went sideways one year.
Yeah, it did go sideways. That's why we haven't done it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do any locals have like old carriages and stuff? We could put together something like that.
Yeah. This one was kind of put together fast, but we're starting to make plans now for next year. So yeah, all the ideas are welcome.
Awesome.
Any more updates from the board? No? Okay. Discussion of the agenda for the next meeting.
I think you got it.
Yeah,
I guess we've already kind of done
did that.
Right?
Yeah, I think we're covered. Yep.
I wrote it down. You can let me know if I missed anything. Just our first portion, it would be so far updates from VistaWorks. Do we have any regular business that you guys want to put on there in addition?
We might have a funding request from Monument Lake.
Just shoot me an email if that comes through and I'll add it to that.
And another one from Corzo. So there'll be 2 funding requests that I'm aware of.
Just shoot me an email.
Okay.
So that's for the next meeting.
Yeah. That's all I have.
We're going to have to be expeditious if we do end up covering those at the next meeting. Otherwise, we may want to go ahead and push it to the first.
Push it to
July.
the first week in July.
Yeah.
Can we do that? Would it be enough time?
I think it would be better. You're going to have way too much going on with it.
Then let's do that.
Okay.
So anything pressing that we need to do in the next for regular business? Nothing. Okay, so all I have for regular business is the update. So Lindsay will come in, do her spiel, go, and then after that I have explanation of the function of the Lodging Tax Advisory Board, Lazy Crazy Days of Summer campaign, marketing and advertising updates, funding request updates, including the funds we've distributed so far, and the review of how to get funding processing.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Yeah, Jason and I will work on that. And I will work on the invitation.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Cool. Very good. Anything else, anyone?
I would motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
You gotta have us vote, Jason.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Cool. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.